if you told me next week this team is playing even at home against the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs, first round of the playoffs, whatever, assuming we're like the second seed, um, can this offense keep up with Buffalo? Right now, I don't think we win that game. Welcome back to another episode of the Broncos Avenue podcast. I'm your host, Amir Farrell, Evan Petruk on the right side of your screen. The Denver Broncos have defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 10-7 to improve to 8-2. Our record is literally almost the same as the scoreboard. That's crazy. We're gonna go through the good and bad as usual, everything that we had an issue with in the game, and then the few bright spots that we saw throughout the game. Evan, how are you feeling after this very eventful, high-scoring shootout matchup?
A win's a win, though.
Yeah, a win's a win. We always say that on this show. This was just another one of those where it kind of felt like the 10-7 game against the Jets last year, where you just barely sneak out, and even the 13-11 game. Which game was worse, this game or the 13-11 game against the Jets? Yeah, I would agree. Why do we? I'm just now peeping this. Why do we always play like shit on Thursday Night Football?
Bro, I literally have that on my screen. On my piece of. Stop scared.
I want to start off with the good from the game. Zach Allen and Nick Bonito both had just monstrous games rushing the quarterback today. Dondre Tillman had another interception. I believe, if I'm not wrong, he's leading our fucking defense in interceptions, which is just funny as hell. And he had another great return. I mean, dude, shout out to Dondre fucking Tillman, man. What a dog. The defense in general, man, just played phenomenal. Riley Moss, once again, holding up his own. I know this was probably like the worst receiver room in the NFL that we're going to play this year. But, I mean, you still can't not give the dude his flowers and credit. Playing absolutely phenomenal with PS2 not active. That was our biggest concern with these 3 to 4 games that we're going to be missing. PS2 is, can he step up and, fill the shoes of the defensive player of the NFL? And he has done all of that and more. So I'm very, very happy. He played even better than he did last week. So overall, the defense in general, phenomenal today. J.L. Skinner with the blocked punt that hit his helmet rather than his hand, but I will take it. Easily our best special teamer. So very, very pleased with all the defensive guys today. One of their best games in recent memory.
Yeah, no, for sure. Man, we might need to take Michael Bandy out and put Dondre Tillman returning punts.
Facts.
He's actually nice, man. It's funny to watch him. Unfortunately, as much as I like to make fun of Eugene Smith, that was not on him at all. I mean, that bounced right off of Genty's chest. So, Bo had one of those too, and then Bo had an abysmal pick. So we'll get into the offense, but great performance from the defense. I had a couple players. I thought Alex Singleton really stepped up. I thought he played a good game. Dre Greenlaw again in the limited snaps that he's playing, phenomenal. Both safeties, Brandon Jones. Shout out to you, Brandon Jones, if you're watching this.
He's also, for sure watching.
The other Brandon Jones, the white Brandon Jones.
Oh.
And then obviously Talanoa Hufanga has been like the best free agency signing in the NFL this year. I think. I might be mistaken on a couple guys, but
my memory's bad.
I think that Hufanga's just been everything we wanted and more, like we said the past 3 pod episodes. So
I would argue Dobbins is better signing, but
again, I have him to talk about the offense, but we're not talking about the offense just yet.
Okay.
So great game by the defense. I thought that the call to kick a 57-yard field goal against, I don't know if it was against the wind. I don't know what way the wind was going in the stadium, but I thought it was a questionable call. Then Crawshaw had a rough game too. He had a couple of decent punts, but AJ Cole, man, like as someone that just respects punt dots, I gotta respect game. AJ Cole might be the greatest punter of all time.
That punt though was like, I hate using the word lucky. I was just talking about this in our last episode, but bro, like that shit was supposed to go straight into the end zone,
and it just bounced sideways, bro. Yeah, no, that was a crazy punt. I'm not gonna lie. Like, at the end of the day, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, there's a couple of those drives where, like, the play calling was questionable, but like, how many plays do you have dialed up going off of your 1 yard line, and it happened multiple times, even with the one where we got the penalty and then the false start and we were on our 5 yard line. So it is definitely hard to call from your own end zone. But yeah, no, shout out to the defense and Will Lutz made it when it mattered, and the defense set us up. And the fact that this defense is dragging this team to this record is just unreal. Like, this is like arguably one of the best defenses of all time. I think it's just, and doing this, like, obviously, again, it's the Raiders. You guys can be like, oh, it's the Raiders. But I mean, time and time again, this defense bails out the offensive mistakes. So I can't be thankful enough for this defense, because they're the difference between us being in the position that the Raiders are in and where we are right now. So
yeah, one of the commentators said, like, I think it was like at halftime, that the Broncos defense has the most pressures and sacks through the first 9-10 weeks of season since the 2000 Buccaneers. I was like, dude, it is insane, like, how good this defense rakes historically. Not only that, but like how much they're dragging this offense through the mud. Like, I know the offense has had their sparks in the fourth quarter a lot of these games, but there's, I don't know, like, without the defense, I don't think they're making those like fourth quarter comebacks.
absolutely not. You're 100% correct on that. And so shout out to those guys, man, because they're the only thing keeping my sanity right now.
Yeah, backbone of this team for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so overall, all the problems we had with today, like we already are touching on, offense just abysmal. 5 3-and-out, 6 if you're counting the possession after the block punt. It did result in a field goal, but that was once again thanks to J.L. Skinner. The Bo Nix interception was one of the worst interceptions I've seen as a Broncos fan. That was honestly Drew Lock, maybe worse than Drew Lock type interception. Throwing in a double coverage like that, not setting your feet, not even just a throw in general, but like just that decision to throw in double coverage like that is just, Bo, what are we doing, man? Like, the game's essentially on the line in that moment, and making that throw, just not the right decision, especially when you're, there's still like 40 seconds, I think, left on the clock at the end of the second quarter. Like, they can go down and get a couple of points through a field goal in a very, very tight game. So just very bad stuff there. Penalties, I think we had like 8 going into halftime. Just ridiculous. We had like 10 plus today total. Insane. Troy Franklin, the bad drop that led to the interception. Once again, a play that could have gave the Raiders the win. Just overall, very sloppy game by the team today. I know it was a short week, but in the NFL, there are no excuses.
Absolutely. That's probably one of, if not the worst game I've seen Bo Nix play. It's, I don't know. He's got to get his shit together, man. And same with Sean Payton and the play calling. It's, I don't know if it's like an ego thing where he just does not call good games against bad teams because he doesn't want to open up the playbook, because he's shown this season that he's still got it. He's dialed up some amazing plays, but I have no idea what is going on through Bo's head when he's making those throws. And I'm the biggest Bo defender in the world, and it pains me that he plays so bad in a primetime game like this, because all my buddies that don't watch the Broncos games, all I hear is, oh, oops, it's all picks. That stupid photo of the freaking Captain Crunch cereal. Every time, it's like without fail. I hate it, because I do still believe in Bo, and I do think he can take us to the promised land. But I just, like, this is just an abysmal performance passing wise. Obviously, he had the touchdown to Troy Franklin, but I mean, other than that, there really wasn't anything going. I thought Evan Ingram had a terrible game. He really needs to get his shit together too, because he really has not been living up to his contract that we gave him in the offseason. The only thing holding this offense together is, I thought Pat Bryant was the only bright spot of the receivers, and J.K. Dobbins, man. This imagine if we didn't have J.K. Dobbins. That's all I gotta say, man.
Exactly.
He's just like, and I was so scared when he rolled up on his ankle like that, but he came back in and iced the game. So man, if we didn't have J.K. Dobbins every game, I just appreciate him more and more. He was the only bright spot. He's the only reason why the offense had anything going today. So shout out to J.K. Dobbins. I think that this 10-day break is good, especially leading up to the Chiefs game. The Chiefs are obviously have more extended as they are on bye this week, but I think the 10 days is great. There's a lot of shit that they need to work through. And they need to let it all out before the bye, and dial up everything and get ready for this huge divisional game we have next week. against the Chiefs, and we'll be talking about that more and more. But yeah, no, I don't think it can get much worse than this. So I think that might be a little bit of a good takeaway you can take out of this game, because yeah, this was a terrible performance all around by the offense, except by J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, we have one game in the next 23 days. Just please get this thing figured out schematically. I would agree. I think it was one of Bo Nix's worst games of his career, if not the worst. And the fact that we still snuck away with the win is awesome. But like one thing I really do think about, man, is for anyone who thinks they're being a little bit too harsh critically with this offense, I saw someone comment on the last episode saying we're never thankful for anything. It's a 7-2. He said it was commented this yesterday, so we were 7-2 at the point. We're not thankful for a 7-2 team. You gotta think towards the future. Like if you told me next week this team is playing even at home against the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs, first round of the playoffs, whatever, assuming we're like the second seed. Can this offense keep up with Buffalo? Right now, I don't think we win that game. I don't know if it's being a little bit too pessimistic. I don't know. I think in a game like that with the high-powered offense like Buffalo, their defense has experience in the postseason, whereas ours really doesn't. We're still relatively young. I don't know. As good as our defense is, I don't know if they can really carry us as much as the 2015 Broncos defense was carrying our offense that postseason. Maybe they can, maybe I'm wrong, but in today's NFL, I don't think our offense is really keeping up with Buffalo's.
And as someone it's so extremely grateful for how this team's record is, I will not take it for granted. Like I said, a win's a win. A big saying I have for both my teams is they don't ask how, they ask how many. So I definitely think that talking about it and being critical, and I'm not even the most critical person over this team. I'm pretty biased when it comes to talking about this team. I love the fact that we have such a good record. It's been a long time coming since I was a kid, the last time this team was this good. So don't take this as me being ungrateful, but I think it's normal to talk and be critical over your teams, right? Like it's something that I'm not just going to say it's all sunshine and rainbows. And there's a lot of guys that I know that are fans of this team that are way more critical on the team than I am. So
tell me about it.
I think that it's fair to be making these points, and there's definitely stuff. Now, am I saying that the offense cannot fix this? Absolutely not. These are very fixable things and things that they are going to work on. And I do believe by the end of the season that they will have wrinkled out. I definitely think that, come playoff time, knock on wood, we make the playoffs. Come playoff time, I think that this team will be different and they will have this stuff fixed. But right now it's okay to talk about and be critical about the performance of this offense in particular, because at the end of the day, I mean, like, we're not lying. Like, we all watch the games. You can sugarcoat things all you want, but I said in the group chat, it was offensive doom and despair and defensive sunshine and rainbows. That's what we got going on.
It's that one meme. One meme of the dude looking out the bus.
Yeah, but I will say that it's way better to be critical and talking about these points that need to get fixed. And you might say, oh, these problems aren't going to get fixed unless we lose a game like that. But I don't believe that. I think that it will get fixed. It can and will happen, man. Like I'd much rather be complaining about this in a win than a loss. So that's one thing that I'll be super grateful for, the fact that we didn't have to lose this game, especially a divisional game, which is so big in us, winning the division. But that's pretty much all I got for that.
Eugene Smith was fighting demons today. I got to give credit. He went out there and fought against those injuries that probably would have held a lot more quarterbacks out of the game. He obviously was going through it on the sideline. So respect to him. I was thinking about this before the game. Like, I haven't really been tapping in much with the Raiders this season, but it is really sad, like, how much the fall off of a lot of Broncos fans are happy to see it. But it's kind of sad seeing like how fast he fell off. Going back from like last year being a fringe. I'm personally pre-Raiders. I was a Geno Smith guy, minus the game against Russell Wilson, obviously. But I thought he was a fringe top 10 quarterback, and to see like how quickly his career is taking a turn, it's pretty crazy. But is there
Finally
anything?
wrote back.
Is there anything else you wanted to touch on from the game? I'm looking at the stats. J.K. Dobbins finished with 77 yards, another 7 yards, so that's 84 total scrimmage yards for him today. He's looking like he's on pace to get about 1,200 rushing yards. So it just feels good having a running back that you can rely on getting at least 60, 70 yards weekly. Oh, my God.
Oh my god, dude! You have to get that out of here, bro. That was like the worst thing. Oh my god, it's like a parasite in my brain, bro. Every time I hear it,
Like, I
it's
didn't
just
even say the actual numbers. It was just, oh my God, bro.
get out.
Can we please leave this in 2025, please?
Yeah. I mean, don't blow up. Don't sound the alarms just yet, guys. I think we'll be all right in this
Yeah.
season. I definitely don't ever want to think about this game ever again for the rest of my life, though. Oh, I will say keys to victory was shutting down Brock Bowers, and we did. So
Yeah, huge,
yeah.
huge. Vance Joseph deserves a head coach, another head coach
No, please,
opportunity.
please, no,
Yes, he
please
does. I
don't.
want to see my
Please,
boy succeed.
please don't let him go. Please. Like I can't. I
Uh,
can't.
all jokes aside, we don't want to lose our DC again.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge job by the defense today, containing Brock Bowers. Just that one catch for 31 yards. I'm not gonna lie, he broke the fuck out of Jade Barron's ankles on that
Mm-hmm.
route. But I mean, it happens. He's a rookie. It only
And
happened
he
once.
and
So
he's also like probably the best tight end prospect of all time, and might have the best receiving tight end career of all time. We don't really know yet, but he's so good, man. I you can't understate how good that guy is at playing football.
yeah, they held Genty to 3.2 yards a carry today. I think it was like 2.5 yards a carry at one point going into the fourth. So, great job by the defense today. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about how Bo Nix played today and Sean Payton, the offense going forward. What you want to see differently schematically from the receiver core. Real quick for wrap things up. You weren't on the last episode where we talked about the Jalen Waddle, news that came out. The Broncos making a strong push to acquire him. What do you think about that and like the offense moving forward with Marvin Mims banged up and Evan Ingram as well, kind of being a little bit of a disappointing addition this season. I expected a lot more from him. I think a lot of us were predicting him to get at least like 800 yards this year. It looks like we may be lucky to see him get 500, if that.
Yeah, so the Evan Ingram obviously has been a disappointment. I touched on that a little bit. I think he just needs to get it together. I guess I don't know. I don't really know how to fix that problem,
He doesn't move like we saw him in his last couple
yeah,
years with Jacksonville.
maybe he'll get it together in the latter half of the season. Maybe the bye week will be good for him. But in regards to the Jalen Waddle thing, excuse me, um, one thing that I will take out of this as a positive is the fact that they were reaching out and they were the main team calling for Jalen Waddle, which is a good sign, showing that management does want to go in. So pause. But I do think that a first and a third is a little too steep for him. Maybe like a second and a fourth would have been more viable, but I think giving up a first and a third is just too much value.
Yeah.
Not saying that that Jalen Waddle's not worth that, but I mean he is in a contract year, I'm pretty sure. So I think that it was a steep asking price, and Miami, props to them, I guess, for staying strong on their offer. But I think it's a good sign for not getting ahead of myself here, but talking about the offseason, I think it's a good sign for making trades and acquisitions in the offseason, as well as moving forward and the belief in this team. So I do definitely like that aspect of it. Now I would have liked Jalen Waddle. We might have been able to use him tonight, but I think that the asking price is just too steep, especially with the upcoming positions of need that we have in the draft classes. So I think, yeah, I'm glad that we didn't take that.
Was it crazy to say minus that one drop? People are gonna hate me for this. Is it crazy to say Troy Franklin's our arguably our best receiver on the team right now? Like right now.
Like, I mean, I feel like Cortland Sutton. I feel like because of the struggles of the offense, the defenses are keying in on Sutton super hard. So I think that's hindering Sutton's production. Now, I do think Troy Franklin has taken a humongous leap. We talked about that before from last year. I do like the emergence of Pat Bryant. I thought he was great. That PI call was a little questionable, I guess. I don't know what that was. We're on that.
I'm trying to remember
down.
what play
He got like a third down conversion, and then I can't even remember what happened after that. But he got a catch, and they called it back for something. It was a little questionable, but I thought Pat Bryant played great. I don't know. I
was
think
it the push off?
Yeah,
the push off.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's some soft shit, but
yeah. You guys know I'm a Pat Bryant believer, but I don't know. I think that it's hard to say who our best receiver is when the whole offense as a whole has been just terrible besides our running backs. So stay tuned on that. I'll get back to you on that one in a couple weeks.
For sure. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Host Amir Farrell, co-host Evan Petruk. Peace out, everybody.